Hey guys, welcome back to another eBay video. Today's video is about prohibited item or restricted items from entering into the country. So here's a case where a buyer made a purchase from me and I shipped out the item on April the 30th. I uploaded the tracking number and everything was good until around June 19th, 2 months later. A buyer opened up a case stating that their item hasn't arrived, and they wrote down that the customs said it is a prohibited item. So in this situation, you as a seller, you've done your part, you shipped the item to them, uploaded the tracking number, and the buyer is now not going to receive the item because their country's customs held it or blocked it because it's a prohibited item from entering the country. Who is at fault, or who is responsible for this? Here's the tracking information. As you can see, it was in transit, but on May 24th it was prohibited. So when I contacted eBay customer support and I spoke with a representative, I asked them the question that who is responsible in this situation, and they said that since the item arrived in the buyer's country and it was held by customs due to prohibited item, that is definitely not your fault and that is not your responsibility. It's the buyer who bought this and should be aware that it's prohibited. So in this situation, the case is open against me if I don't respond within 3 days. The buyer can escalate the case and ask an eBay agent to step in. But I was rest assured that in this case, I'm 100% protected in eBay. So if the buyer decides to escalate the case after 3 days and another eBay agent decides to step in to close it, you will not lose the case. It will be closed in your favor because tracking shows that the item was prohibited in the buyer's country. In this situation, the buyer is responsible for these kinds of clearance delays or clearance issues. So the chat here just confirms that after 3 days, if the buyer or if I as a seller decide to ask eBay to step in to close the case, because they can't close the case right now, the case would be closed in my favor. Just a little tip, it would be also helpful or useful for you as a seller to put in all of your listings somewhere in the description down below in fine print that buyers should be aware that they are responsible for any import or customs fees, and they're responsible for anything that is illegal or prohibited or restricted from entering their country. It's not actually the seller's responsibility to know this, but it is the buyer's. So if you ship something out to a buyer and it gets stuck or held in customs and it's actually prohibited and it might just get abandoned, thrown away, discarded, or it might be returned to you, in any case it's going to cost money. You're not going to have to be responsible for that. It will be the responsibility of the buyer. So in this case, you don't have to refund the buyer. You don't have to worry about them escalating the case to an eBay agent. So I just thought it's something to make a note of. People should be aware of this, both buyers and sellers. I hope it helps anyone out there. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment down below. I'll do my best to answer any questions. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, as it really helps out. So until next time.